Ever get the feeling that the future's kind of like sending signals, little hints about what's coming next? Not in a like psychic way, but more like looking at what's happening now and spotting those early patterns?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's like those ripples you see right before a wave crashes.
Exactly. And that's exactly what we're diving into today, seeing how analyzing those trends and information can give us a glimpse, a sneak peek into what might be around the corner. It's like, how can we spot those subtle shifts, those early warnings before the whole thing changes?
I love that analogy. And you've actually pulled together some pretty fascinating stuff for us to dig into. I mean, we're talking about everything from, well, what's going on in the financial world to like bigger questions about what people really value in their lives.
It is a broad range, right?
Right.
But that's kind of the beauty of it because it lets us explore all these potential connections. And that's our mission today, really, to help you, our listener, understand not only where things might be going, but also, what truly matters amidst all this change. So let's jump right in. And one of the first things that always comes up when we talk about the future is investments, specifically, the whole cryptocurrency situation.
Yeah, it's definitely a hot topic. And for good reason, there's a lot of buzz, a lot of debate swirling around it. You've got this pull, this allure of potentially, high returns, but then there's also this huge amount of volatility, a lot of uncertainty.
And it feels like it's constantly shifting, right? I mean, every day there's a new headline. It makes you wonder, like, beyond the daily price swings, what are those deeper, more fundamental trends that can actually tell us where cryptocurrency might be headed in the long term?
That's the key question. And if you zoom out a bit, look at the bigger picture, you start to see this really interesting connection between, say, the excitement around crypto and a growing interest in decentralization, in like questioning those traditional financial systems.
Right.
Plus, the technology itself, it's not standing still. There are constantly new applications, new innovations popping up.
So even though like specific cryptocurrencies might go up and down like a roller coaster, this whole movement towards finding alternative ways to like exchange value digitally, that seems like it's here to stay.
It's a good bet. And this is where things get really interesting because it's not just about technology or chasing profits. Some of the stuff you shared also digs into this like really fundamental human need for meaning, for purpose.
Right. And on the surface, that might seem totally unrelated to cryptocurrency, like two completely different worlds. But I'm starting to see this shared thread, this common search for something beyond, the way things have always been done.
It's a great observation. When people reflect on their lives, on what really mattered, it often comes down to those deep connections, their purpose, the impact they had. So maybe this interest in alternative financial systems, even like the speculative aspect of some investments, is part of this broader quest for more autonomy, more control, a different kind of security, not just financial security, but maybe a sense of agency in a world that feels increasingly uncertain.
That's really thought-provoking. So how do you think these two things, this move towards decentralization in finance and this deeper reevaluation of values, how do they play off each other, shape the future?
Well, I think it raises a crucial point about resilience, about adapting to change. If more and more people are looking for alternatives, questioning the status quo, it suggests a future where being flexible, being able to navigate those changes becomes really, really important, not just for your personal finances, but for how you engage with the world around you. And then you have technologies like blockchain, which of course is the foundation of many cryptocurrencies, but it has the potential to go way beyond that, right?
Right. I mean, blockchain's all about creating this secure, transparent record of transactions, which could be huge for everything from data security to supply chains.
Exactly. It has implications that reach far beyond just currency.
It's like we need to understand not just what's happening, but why it's happening. And I think this also ties into all those conversations about like large scale conspiracies. I mean, it's important to be skeptical, obviously, but maybe it also reflects this deeper unease about power structures and this desire to understand those forces shaping the world.
It's a good point. We need to be critical, absolutely. But the very act of questioning, of demanding more transparency, that's a trend in itself. It shows this craving for understanding, for agency, and it manifests in different ways, whether it's exploring alternative financial systems or, being more discerning about the information you consume.
And this brings us back to that idea of spotting those early ripples. By paying attention to these underlying currents, the shifts in technology, in values, in like collective anxieties and hopes, we can start to see what kind of waves might be forming on the horizon.
Right. It's not about predicting the future with certainty, but more about understanding those driving forces, recognizing those potential pathways that might unfold. It helps you make more informed choices, be more prepared, no matter what that future actually looks like.
So to sum it all up for our listeners, we've seen how these seemingly separate areas, like the fast-paced world of cryptocurrency and those deeper questions about what truly matters, they actually reveal these interconnected trends. And those trends point towards a desire for change, for more autonomy, for a shift in what we value. And even though we can't know for sure what the future holds, understanding these trajectories, these directions things are moving, can empower you to make better choices, to be more proactive in your own life.
That's so important. So as you think about all these potential futures we've talked about, what's one thing you can do today to align yourself with what you believe will be truly important in the long run? Maybe it's learning more about a new technology. Maybe it's reevaluating your financial priorities. Maybe it's just having a real conversation with the people you care about what you value most.
It's about taking action, even small steps. And we encourage you, our listener, to really take a moment to reflect. Look at the patterns in your own life, in the world around you. Those patterns might just hold those subtle clues about what's coming next. It's often in those quiet observations that we find the most insightful glimpses of the future.
I couldn't agree more.
So until next time, keep your eyes open, stay curious.
And stay engaged.